Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, using the notes and articles you sent in, we're exploring something really powerful, this idea we're calling the mirror effect.
Right.
You know that feeling? When you come across a brand and it's like, wow, they just get me. They describe some frustration you have, maybe one you haven't even fully articulated yourself.
Yeah, like they're holding up a mirror. It's uncanny sometimes.
Exactly. It makes you feel completely seen. So today we're diving into how these breakthrough brands, how they win, by reflecting a customer's problem back so clearly, so accurately, that you almost instantly believe, okay, they must have the solution. Well, look at how this builds, incredible trust and really positions them as the natural answer.
Okay.
So let's unpack this a bit. This isn't just like slick copywriting, is it?
No, not at all.
It feels deeper. It's almost a kind of psychological validation when a brand can really nail that unspoken frustration. It just lends them immediate credibility. You feel understood.
Absolutely. And what's so fascinating here is how that works. By naming those tricky, elusive pain points for people, it creates this almost automatic assumption that the brand must also hold the key. It's like, wow, if they understand my problem this well.
They must know how to fix it. Yeah.
Precisely. And like you said, it's not just luck. It often comes from really listening, digging into customer feedback, maybe ethnographic studies, really understanding those subtle, recurring annoyances.
That makes sense. And you can see it so clearly in some big examples. Dollar Shave Club, for instance. Remember their first video?
Oh, yeah, iconic.
It wasn't just selling cheap razors. It was holding up a mirror to the sheer absurdity of buying razors back then.
Totally. The $20 a month, the locked cabinet.
Yes, having to flag down an employee, wait for the key.
While juggling like 10 different options, 5 blades, vibrating handle.
It was nuts. They perfectly captured that collective eye roll. They sold freedom from that whole stupid process.
And Apple, well, Steve Jobs was a master at this, wasn't he?
Oh, definitely.
Think about the iPod launch. He didn't start with gigabytes. He started by listing the problems with everything else.
Right. CD players were too bulky, they skipped.
Early MP3 players held, well, a dozen songs? And the hard drive ones were bricks.
He voiced the compromises everyone was making, but hadn't really, put into words collectively. Then, boom, 1,000 songs in your pocket. Simple. Elegant.
He solved the problem he just defined.
And he did it again with the iPhone. He went after those fixed keyboards, the awkward stylus. Yuck, he called it.
And trying to cram desktop OS onto a tiny screen?
He articulated all those limitations people just sort of accepted. Made the iPhone feel inevitable. But I wonder, is there a risk? Like, could a brand articulate a problem too well and maybe create anxiety? Or point out something they can't actually solve?
That's a valid point, but I think if the insight is genuine, if it truly resonates with a real, albeit perhaps unvoiced, feeling, the connection it builds usually outweighs that risk. Take Oatly.
Ah, the oat milk. Wow, no cow.
Exactly. Or it's like milk, but made for humans. It tapped into that sort of slight cognitive dissonance some people felt about dairy.
The weirdness of adult humans drinking milk from another species, plus the environmental stuff.
Right. Things people might have vaguely thought about but hadn't really focused on. Oatly just named it very cleverly.
And column issues, different angle, but similar idea, right? With the one-for-one model.
Yeah, that addressed a frustration with traditional charity, didn't it?
Totally. That feeling of, okay, I donate, or a company says a portion of proceeds go to.
Yeah.
But it feels abstract, kind of hollow sometimes.
Exactly. Tom Ames made it concrete. Buy these shoes, and this specific thing happens. A child gets a pair of shoes. It was tangible, transparent. It mirrored that desire people had for clear impact.
So the common thread here, it seems, isn't just a better product, necessarily.
It's deeper.
It's this profound ability to articulate the problems, the frustrations, the desires that people feel, but maybe haven't put into words themselves.
That's the key. Yes, that's exactly it. Moment. And that deep understanding, well, that's the bedrock of trust, isn't it? It almost makes the hard sell less necessary because you've already shown you get them. You've established credibility just by defining their world accurately.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, listening and thinking about the sources you shared?
I think the big takeaway is that truly successful brands, these breakthrough brands, they invest serious effort in understanding and then articulating customer problems with incredible clarity.
It's about making the audience feel genuinely seen.
And that connection, that feeling of they get me, that's what earns trust, earns loyalty, far beyond just features or price.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with.
Hmm.
As you go about your week, pay attention to your own little frustrations, the everyday annoyances, big or small, the ones you haven't quite bothered to name or articulate.
Hmm.
Could one of those unvoiced problems, one of those subtle points of friction, actually be the seed for the next big opportunity, the next chance for a brand to step in, reflect it back, and say, we get it, and we can help?